Welcome to the Dr. Esteban Show. I'm Dr. Esteban, and this is my very first show. And today's show will be on using smart plugs to save energy in your home. Now, this channel is all about using innovation and technology in smart homes. So, today, using smart plugs, we're going to go over the different types of smart plugs. We're going to go over the different configurations smart plugs have, and we're going to go through automations. Now, this channel is specifically used to solve problems. So we're solving a problem. So on your mark, get set, go. Well, welcome back to the Dr. Esteban Show. Now, right now, I neglected you because I forgot to tell you what problem we're solving. We're solving the problem of vampire voltage, which are appliances that are in your house that are slowly taking power when they're not in use. So what we're doing with smart plugs is we're turning off those devices when they're obviously not in use. So let's talk about the actual smart plug. So if you go online and you pull up the best smart plugs for 2023, you'll come out with one called Levitron, which is the best overall smart plug. And then there's Kasa. Those are really well-known companies. And Kasa is the second best. And then Emporius, which is the best for energy monitoring. And then there's GE Sync, which is the simple setup. So I'm going to link that article in the description below. So now let's talk about smart plugs. Well, there are smart plugs. Well, let me show you the one I have now. Now I don't use the normal smart plugs, the big name ones, because I'm an IT person. So I like the challenge of being able to set one up from the cheapest one I can get. But if you're not real tech savvy and you're not sure about what you're doing, pick an ecosystem like Kasa. Kasa has a great lineup of items for your smart home, different types of devices that can make your smart home complete, and it works with Amazon, they work with Google, and they work with HomeKit or Apple. So that's the best thing to do now. This is my simple smart plug that I use. I think I have about 8 of them that I've been using over the years. Of course, I get them in, I label them, I put them in my Google Home so I know which one is which. So that's one of the greatest tips you have is once you get them in, number them so you know which one is which or give them a name. Now, why don't we use smart outlets? Because this smart outlet I bought about 2 years ago from Kasa, when I looked at being able to set it up, it was just very involved. So I really didn't want to do that. So one day when I have a project, I'll set this up. But mainly, these are the ones that are quick and easy. You set them up, you number them, and then you're off to the races. So now let's go over some configurations. But first, let's go actually look at the ones that I have configured so that you can see exactly how I have it set up. All right, on your mark, get set, go. All right, now, as you can see, here is my first configuration. Has where my appliance bar is at. Now you see I have a coffee maker and a toaster and an air fryer and a Ninja, but see where my smart switch is, it's actually for my air fryer. Now you see that light? That light represents a vampire voltage because it's taking power slowly but easily. But it's important to see this configuration because I don't have it plugged into the wall because then all my other appliances wouldn't work because I don't need to turn those off because those aren't really vampires. Now the ones here, this is the only vampire in this area, so I use that plug to turn it on and off. Well, it's on right now, and there's a little button on the side that you can use to turn it off manually or turn it back on. But mainly this is the first configuration. All right, let's move on to the second configuration. Well, here's my second configuration. Now I do have a power outlet with two plugs for my couches. Now my couches both are powered and they're on most of the time, but I have one for each. So you see my couch, there goes that light. There goes the light that you see. It's constantly on, but nobody's in here. Okay, so let's move to the third configuration and final. So now we come to the third configuration for my power, for my base unit, for my TV, which is just plugged directly into the wall, right into the base unit. Now, this is how I turn it on. Hey Google, turn on my TV base.
Got it. Turning on the TV base.
As you can see, it came on. There's a blue light there. Hey Google, turn off the TV base.
Sure. Turning off the TV base.
Okay, welcome back from the tour. So now you saw my three configurations. I had one plugged into the outlet that I can individually with a bunch of other non-vampire devices. And then I had another one for my couches that had two separate ones, because before that I had it plugged directly into the wall when I realized that not a lot of people sit on that second couch either. So I went ahead and got another switch and stuck it in there so I could turn them either on or off. And then I have the one set up on my base unit, which is used when I watch movies or sporting events or something special, because I really don't want it thumping all day long. So those are three configurations. So let's move to the automations and see how those work. All right, ready, get set, go. Okay, now let's look at some automations within the Google Home app. So first, let's go to Google Home. Hello, come on. Well, using finger. Okay, so now that we're in the Google Home app, let's go to the devices. Now, as you can see in my devices, in my living room, you can see I have the living room recliner and the living room recliner 2, to which I can turn them on. Or turn them off within the app, which is the same if we go down to the wrong way, which is the same if we go down to the air fryer. We can turn it on, we can turn it off within the app. Also, with my other, we can do the same for the TV base. So that's another way you can turn it on and off. So moving forward, you have automations for these things. Now, if you want to see an example of how I can do it from here with my voice automation, just simply go, hey Google, turn on the TV base.
Sure, turning on the TV base.
Now you see the TV base is illuminated. Now, if I wanted to turn it off, I just say, hey Google, turn off the TV base.
All right, turning off the TV base.
Okay, see, so there you go. You have your automations. All right. So now that we've seen what you can do in the Google Home app with the devices that you set up, especially those smart plugs, I think we can move on to the next. So it looks like we're coming to an end of the Dr. Esteban show. So let's recap what we just did. We went through the problem that we had, which is vampire voltage that is raising our energy bill. We use smart plugs to turn on and off the different devices that have vampire voltage on them, i.e. my air fryer, my couches, and my TV base. Now, the beautiful thing about it is you have multiple ways of turning them on and off with automation, with voice command within the app, which is great. But what the most important thing is, you can save money because those automations within Google Home, when I leave home, everything turns off. If the wife and I are on vacation, then it's off the whole vacation. Both my wife and I leave to work, they're off. They're not sucking energy. And when we go to bed at night, they turn off. And I have an automation that automatically turns them on in the morning around 9 o'clock, which helps. So here are the problems that we solve. So we've solved a bunch of problems, and hopefully you enjoy this video. You can like and subscribe, but after that, Dr. Williams is out. So see you later on the next video.